The 5th generation Z Fold 5. Although at first appearance, advances on this annual adoption appear to arrive annoyingly scarce. Albeit Samsung is ahead of all other attempts at articulating arrays, so an adjournment of appealing augmentations could erroneously signify the antonym of ascendancy. However, with regards to the rather atrocious gap amid Samsung and their nearest adversary, we acquiesce that the aesthetically unaltered Z Fold 5 is still auspiciously ahead of all other attempted adaptations. Anyhow, aggressive analysis to ascertain the architectural ascendancy must apacely inaugurate. Let's get started. What's funny is that last year I did a whole spiel on how nothing had changed from the Fold 3 to the Fold 4, and now again, with the version 5, it's still the same everything we had 2 years ago, now just with no gap in the hinge and a new suspension substrate under the flexible screen, which we can't see yet. If the phone breaks during this durability test, we'll have to check it out early, after we finish finding out if the new flex hinge can hold its own. Speaking of improvements, Samsung is using Victus Class 2, same as the S23 lineup. I also noticed that while looking through my camera at the phone on my desk, I can see the screen refresh rate as it variably slows down to conserve battery life. If I touch the screen, we can see the refresh rate pick back up to the 120 Hz. None of this is visible to the naked eye, of course, just my camera, which has its own non-biological shutter speed. Jumping to the Mohs scale of hardness test on the Victus Class 2, we see that unlike plastic, which scratches at level 2, or sapphire, which scratches at a level 8 or 9, we get our normal scratches at a level 6 with deeper grooves at a level 7. On the inner flexible screen, we'll start again with the lowest of numbers, since we already know kinda how this works. If a screen can flex, plastic is what we expect. Samsung does have a permanent, non-user replaceable screen protector above the surface of this inner screen that starts getting marked up at a level 2 with deeper grooves at a level 3. Samsung says they are offering a free one-time screen protector replacement in the first year of ownership at any one of their 700 repair locations. And after that, each scratchable by a fingernail plastic layer of screen can be replaced for just $19. And honestly, that's pretty reasonable. I do wish it was user replaceable though. The shock dispersion layer under the display doesn't feel all that different at first touch, but we'll look more at it later. Samsung is again using Armor aluminum for the frame body, which again is aluminum with the word armor in front of it. The power button doubles as a fingerprint scanner, thumbs up for that. And we have a metal volume rocker and an oval plastic portion of the frame where the 5G antenna sits. If we pop out the SIM card tray, we can see a gray rubber ring for the IPX8 water resistance, and we also see that we could have had room for expandable storage in here. Samsung's over here teasing us with an entire solid square piece of plastic where an SD card could have easily fit with minor adjustments. Not cool. The top of the Fold 5 is made from metal, and the bottom of the phone has a stereo loudspeaker as well as our 25-watt USB-C charging port. Now, the spine of the phone is what contains the newly designed flex hinge, which is basically what allows the phone to now fold shut without a gap, while still maintaining enough of a teardrop shape in the flexible screen so that it doesn't kink too hard and break. Hopefully it looks cool during the teardown. There is a 10 megapixel front-facing camera under the glass, same as last year. Then we have a hidden 4 megapixel selfie camera under the flexible display, same as last year. A 10 megapixel telephoto camera, same as last year. A 50 megapixel normal camera, same as last year. And a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera up top, same as last year. The back is a slightly frosted panel with Victus 2 and a single-tone LED flash. Now, I doubt that the 7.6-inch foldable dynamic AMOLED 2x 120Hz HDR10 Plus is going to change all that much during the flame test just because it has a new suspension substrate, and that's true since after only 10 seconds we have the top plastic layer melting into a little burnt blob. The pixels appear to be fine though. Moving to the exterior display right here next to the weather app. Speaking of fire and weather, congrats fellow humans on the latest high score in the global thermometer game. I'm not sure who's winning, but it sure ain't anyone under 50. Normally I do prefer my fingerprint scanners over on the side, And I think it's awesome that the Fold 5 is utilizing a capacitive power button. But it appears that the scratch I left earlier is inhibiting the functionality of the sensor, and it is not able to unlock the phone consistently every time with the damage I've inflicted, which isn't always the case, just something to be aware of. Something else to be aware of is while the phone is indeed IPX8 water resistant, 1.5 meters for 30 minutes, the X in that rating means that the Fold 5 has 0 official protections against dust, which means hello dust, and sand, and little rocks. I went outdoors to collect all this myself, so you don't have to. And I think we can all agree that this is quite a bit more grime than the average pocket will ever provide over the course of a normal Fold's life, even if you skip laundry day a few times. With a splattering of dust all over the hinge, nothing appears to have been compromised, and the flex hinge is still silently flexing its folding prowess. Nice work, Samsung. I'm pretty sure it's fair to call this dust resistant, even if not officially. Now, as a proponent of protection, I asked my channel sponsor dbrand if they had any grip cases for the Fold 5, and they said yes, and that I could get one as long as I show it off before snapping the phone in half this time. RIP Pixel Fold. dbrand sent me a pre-production preview of the Fold 5 grip case. I imagine case manufacturing gets pretty complex when the phone has this many moving parts, with magnets and springs all up in this grip business. But like I always say, protection is worth every penny, and the grip case is a perfect canvas for my teardown skin. It looks so good. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can get one for your own phone. I've also always been asked for every single one of these folding phone bend tests to see what would happen if we bent the phone while it's closed. And the answer is absolutely nothing. With 2 frames, 2 batteries, a hinge, and 3 layers of screen, there is no flex whatsoever. While open, Samsung says the normal folding motion is good for more than 200,000 actuations. I don't think I can count that high even if I wanted to, so let's just bend it backwards instead. The Pixel Fold didn't make it. The Motorola Razr Plus also didn't make it. But for some reason, Samsung is over here defying the very laws of physics the rest of us are bound to. The Galaxy Fold 5, yet again, survives my durability test. The back panel and screen glass come together to create a solid, non-flexing union along the extremely solid hinge. I came for carnage and left with a dirty desk. Nice work, Samsung. If you want a Fold 5, just go buy a Fold 3. It's the same phone. Thanks a ton for watching. I'll see you around.